All right, we're back here with the GameFi Rundown, episode 40. We have another guest. As you know, we're always trying to bring on new guests. I think a lot of you might already know him. This is Deezy. So, Deezy, welcome to the GameFi Rundown, and I'm excited to have a good conversation with you.
Yeah, you guys said I have to have a beard to be on here, so I've been growing it out, man. It's thick enough, and now I'm here.
Hey, not just the beard, you gotta have a bald head, too. That's part of it.
Hey,
Look at
high
that
tea
shine.
lifestyle. We got that high tea. Not everyone can relate. That's okay.
Exactly.
Dude, it's surprising how many bald people we have on this show. We joke about it all the time, but I feel like half of the guests we have are bald.
It's our shampoo's poison.
Yeah, probably.
Have you
But
ever seen a
Jimbo,
bald homeless man?
it's true. Yeah, they usually have hair down to their shoulders.
Yeah, they don't use shampoo. Boom.
That's a good point.
That's all I need.
Hey, I embrace my baldness. But Jimbo, thanks for coming on as always as the co-host. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I had to bust out the fancy shirt for the YouTube sensation Deezy. Been watching this guy for years. Absolutely love the content that he's been making. So, yeah, I'm excited to get into it, and I'm ready to have a good time.
All right, so you saw the whole evolution. We don't have to get into that though.
Yeah, we won't. It's all good.
Yeah, but no, seriously, I got into crypto about 4 years ago around this time, and I watched a lot of your stuff. It definitely helped me out. It's probably one of the reasons why I hold a bag of ADA, which I know a lot of people in this GameFi community, like, they're not a big fan of ADA. But I like it. I have high hopes, and we'll talk about ADA gaming a little bit later in this show.
Yeah, I'll give your chat some alpha that could potentially change their lives in the future.
There we go. All right, so on to the first segment here. I want to talk about the 4-year cycles for Bitcoin. I think we're seeing that it is the 4-year cycle. That's what we're going with. We rise up, we get to the halving, rise up even more, have a crash down. I think we're on the 4th cycle right now. My question for you, DC, to start off: do you think Web3 gaming can break out of that 4-year cycle?
No,
because
no.
No.
No, of course not. Everything is tied to Bitcoin, period. Still is, will be for years. Everybody who thinks, oh, no, it's different. Shut up. You're an idiot. Your gaming token is tied to Bitcoin at the end of the day, whether you like it or not. Crypto only has finite money that flows into it, and the bulk majority of that money comes from Bitcoin. So when Bitcoin pumps and your gaming ecosystem token hasn't done shit for sorry if I can't cuss, hasn't done jack diddly for 3 months, but is pumping because Bitcoin pumped. Well, what do you say then? Yes, a project can flourish in a bear market. Of course, that can happen. But generally speaking, and I'm saying generally, so before you go, oh, I have an example of you're wrong. Generally speaking, everything is tied to Bitcoin, and it always will be.
Yeah, but what do you say when people say, like, people don't give up gaming in a bear market? So let's say, for example, a game has like a Web 2 interface where it is a Web 3 game, but there are people who just go on and play like it's Fortnite, and they're still making their in-game transactions. Like, could we at least not see as big of a drop, or it's just all
it's
tied
worse.
to Bitcoin?
It's worse. It's still worse. So, like, oh, no, man, like, there's still 10,000 people playing this first-person shooter. It'll never dip. You're an idiot for thinking that if you do think that. It is going to dip worse because it's a micro cap relative to a mid or a large cap like Bitcoin. And so when Bitcoin falls 50%, your gaming token's going to fall 80%, pretty much 9 times out of 10. There's nothing you can do about it. You just got to suck it up. That's what you get for putting your funds in a coin with a $20 million market cap. Sorry.
Hey, I'm on your side with that. Yeah, like I already have my plan for all of the Web3 gaming that I'm in. I'm gonna be taking profits out of it as we go up, into Bitcoin and then into some US dollars there. But Jimbo, what are you gonna say on this?
Dude, I love the energy. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, I pretty much agree. Not financial advice, but like during the recession, there were studies that show that game sales remained stable, but the growth of the gaming industry stagnated. And you might think this gives hope for Web3 gaming to not have such huge volatile moves with their crypto, like during a crypto bear market. But while we're likely to see real gamers stick around, depending on how good the game is, if it's quality, um, they'll continue to play the games during the bear market, but the investors are going to stop playing once there's no profit left. So the issue is that the market is propped up by investors, not the gamers.
Yeah.
That being said, I believe once we're actually starting to see these quality games come out, we might be likely to see less of a pullback on the NFTs that actually have utility. But again, I'm an idiot YouTuber,
And
so
well, on that point, and I'll double down on it. If the game is the most fun game in the world, and it's like, no, that's the idea. No, we'll have a game so fun, it's like Fortnite, so it doesn't matter about a price of a token. That is stupid and foolish and short-sighted, and I'll tell you why. Fortnite at its peak, played by millions of dollars. But what if you got paid $10 every time you got a victory royale? Do you think it'd be the same amount of players? Hell no. There'd be much more players. So when that $10 for a victory royale turns into $1, then you're going to see a dip in your players. And you're like, but the game's still fun. I don't get it. It's because you're getting paid to play. I used to walk around with stepping shoes, a little NFT, carry my phone. I would get paid $100 to walk for 10 minutes. It only lasted about a week because sell pressure. That's a whole nother. We could talk about sell pressure if you want. Did I keep walking at $1 a walk? F no. F no. Did I walk at $100? Yeah. $70? Yeah. $50? Yeah. 20? I'm like, what the heck am I doing here? Maybe I need to sell these NFTs. So yeah, no. If you get paid to play, you're gonna have more players, even if it's the most fun game in the world.
Yeah,
Sure.
That was my experience with Axie Infinity. Like I did the whole scholarship thing. I was playing myself, making over $100 a day, and my scholars were making me another $500, $600 a day. And every time that went lower, I lost some scholars. I lost motivation to play myself, and that's just the spiral that keeps going down.
Yeah. We should have just dumped all our assets at the peak. I should have sold
that
my
would've been
stepping
nice.
shoes at $100. You know what I mean? I could have got thousands of dollars for those NFTs, but by the time I'm making $50 a day, I've already lost $1,000, and it was less than the 20 days. And so 20 days times $50 a day, that's 1,000. So I was losing money. The NFT is losing money faster than my income was being reduced.
Yeah, I mean, I have high hopes for this bull cycle, but I'm definitely going to be prepared from what I learned last cycle.
We all say that, then we always forget. It's going to happen again. It'll happen to me again. I'm saying it now, so I'll be smarter now. I'm saying I'm stupid. I'm smart enough to know I'm too dumb to think I'm smart. I know that sounds like Bilbo Baggins or something there, but
No,
there's,
I get
there's,
it.
there's a nugget of wisdom in there.
I already feel like the FOMO, and I feel like we're barely getting started. So I'm hoping that my brain can tell me the right thing to do at the right time.
No, your brain will tell you the wrong thing to do. The right thing to do is to do the opposite of what your brain says.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. No. When you're most bullish is when you should be selling the largest amount.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the next segment, I have a question for Deezy.
All right.
Your thesis on like why these crypto games are going to drop so much is based off of play to earn games, which isn't all of Web3, right? Some games
it's based off micro cap to large cap pricing
Sure.
dynamics.
Sure, but if we look at a lot of the games in like Web 2, if they could be Web 3 games just by adding skins and putting those on the blockchain.
You mean
Do you think
if they could piss off 85% of their players? Yeah, okay. So yeah, all right.
Sure, Web 2 gamers are too stupid to realize NFTs are good. I agree.
Well, they're biased from us buying computer chips 4 years ago.
they deserve it. Fuck them. But so you don't think those kinds of games have less of a pullback? Like if say
No. I'll tell you why. Because those games, because they're fun, they have the higher uptick. So because their market valuation is too detached from the real valuation, like what's the game's revenue, how many employees do they have, what's the player growth month over month. That's really what should determine the token's price. But what determines the token's price is yesterday's price. Oh, and someone tweeted about it. And so because they're so fun, instead of doing, it should be worth $1 million and it's worth $5 million, it's like it should be worth $1 million, but it's worth $20 million. And so because they'll get overvalued, they'll still have that sharp pullback, even though they're good games.
Yeah, that's a really good point.
Makes sense. But so moving on a little bit, the PFP projects. So now we're looking at NFTs that probably don't have much utility. Are those going to come back this bull run? Or do you think that people are going to finally realize that we need to see the utility? And a lot of utility, I believe, is coming through gaming right now. But I mean, do we see just the PFP that everyone wants to buy, even with no utility?
Well, I mean, it was huge in 2021, right? You had all the celebrities, changing their changing their PFPs to Bored Apes. You got like Paris Hilton on Jimmy Fallon, and they're like, look at my monkey. That's going to happen again. It's going to happen even harder, and people aren't even prepared for it because more people are going to buy NFTs, not less. There will be more projects. So, yeah, average floor price is still going to be low, but there's still only X amount of top-tier projects. And so the amount of top-tier projects isn't really going to double, triple, quadruple, but the NFT holders are going to double, triple, quadruple. And so we might have 4 top tier projects, and 2 years from now, it's 5 or 6. But we got, instead of 4 million people rocking a PFP, it's going to be 20 million, 30 million. And so the customer base is going to outgrow. So we still got highly concentrated winners, and now it's going to be even more highly concentrated as determined by market share percentage.
All right. So you think that
Pudgy
like
Penguins, Bored Apes, they're going to do great. They're going to do
the
better.
top tier ones.
Yeah, the other ones, though, there's still going to be a million stinkers, and it's still going to be 99% of them are going to be worthless 12 months after launch.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's what I'm getting at. Like, I think a lot of them that don't have the utility are just going to fall to zero eventually. But I know some of them are having utility, and even the ones that are out there, like Bored Apes, like they're building more utility as time goes on. Yeah. But when the whole hype happened, they didn't really have any utility.
Well, let's just throw out round numbers here. So in 2021, let's just say 1 million people wanted a Bored Ape. At next cycle peak, do you think that number grows or shrinks?
Probably goes up.
There's still only 10,000. And so that's kind of my point there.
Jimbo, any thoughts on this?
No. NFT profile pictures are not dead because degenerate crypto criminals who money launder are not dead. I'm obviously
well, it's
joking.
not that the desire to flex online hasn't gone anywhere. And so, hey, you got the cool gun on Call of Duty. Oh, your Counter-Strike gun is this on it. That's still there. You can hate crypto, but you still want to flex online. People will never stop. People always peacock, right? They're always going to peacock. And so flexing online isn't shrinking. There's not going to be less people wanting to flex online. And a PFP as an NFT, what's an easier way to flex online than that?
No, I agree. No, I'm obviously joking. I do hate NFT profile pictures though. I think they give like Web3 this weird aura for Web2 normies who don't know any better and aren't able to understand the complex mechanisms that go into why NFTs are good. I think the NFT profile pictures, like you said, that don't like have any kind of utility with them. I mean, the prices are going to go up on a lot of these no matter what. That's just how the crypto market works. It doesn't really make sense. I guess end of story, I don't like them. I think they're stupid.
I mean, have you ever had a rare skin on, like, what game do you play? I mean, I play Fortnite once in a blue moon. You know what I do? I rock the John Wick skin. Why? Because I want to flex online. And so when you're saying, I think it's stupid, it's like you're saying, I think flexing online is stupid. But I bet if you dig deep within yourself, you realize, oh, there's elements where I flex online. So then what are you saying here? What are you saying here, Jimbo?
So I'm huge into cosmetics. I love cosmetics in games. I've spent way too much on League of Legends skins, mostly because I get so many accounts banned because I'm so toxic. So I have to buy the skin again, which NFTs would solve depending on the game you're playing. Regardless,
okay, then.
I just
what
don't like.
What are we saying then, Jimbo?
Well,
you're talking yourself into liking them, but you're saying I think they're dumb.
No. I think they're dumb because I don't see the point of using them as like just a profile picture on Twitter or Discord or whatever. Like that's just a personal. Yeah, it's just a personal thing for me. Like, if they actually had some utility with them, it would probably be a little different. As for cosmetics, you can actually use them in the game. You're looking at it 24/7. It makes a character that looks ugly look actually good, which is really important for me specifically. I don't know why. But NFT profile pictures have this weird thing to me. I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to spend that much money for me personally on something that's just a profile picture, whereas a cosmetic has different animations, it does this or that. Some even improve your gameplay because they can hide certain skills because the animations are different. So it depends on how you want to
all
look
right,
at it.
some have utility, some don't. I wouldn't knock anyone using a PFP without utility because if they like the art, they like the art, and I'd rather them put up some art that they think is cool and they like being in a community of like-minded degens. You know, yeah, there's 400 of us in the Discord and we all rock an elephant with laser eyes or whatever your PFP might be. I think I'd rather them do that than just a generic picture of Tyler Durden from Fight Club.
Yeah. I mean, I would agree with that. Sure.
The communities are basically like indirect utility. Like it might not be utility coming straight from the from
hanging
the
out in
NFT,
the Discord.
but
Playing poker on a Friday night. That's the utility. And so it's like, yeah, man, it's only a picture. It's never only a picture.
So let's move on here. Deezy, I don't know how much you know about Illuvium, but this channel is kind of built around the Illuvium community, so we always got to throw something in here for this. Where at least I won't speak for Jimbo. I think Illuvium is going to be like the standard AAA Web3 title for at least this bull run moving forward. Just because of all of the utility it's given, the multiple games, the interoperability that it has between their multiple games. So do you know anything about Illuvium, and do you think it has a chance to like lead the way, or do you think there's other projects that might come out of nowhere and take over?
Well, I have a broad thought on gaming in general. So I think the gaming projects that put all their eggs in one basket, aka we're a project and we're making one game, is going to have a lower odds of success versus a publishing style gaming token. And so, like, I'm pretty bearish on Gala's tokenomics, but I like some elements of the business model where, hey, I'm trying to fund 10 games. I just need one of them to be a Pal World or a Among Us or, you name it. So when you have all your eggs in one basket, if that game flops, then what? Then what? But if you have 10 games, you can have 9 stinkers, and you get that one winner. And so I prefer more of a pick and shovels strategy rather than just trying to mine that one gold game.
Yeah, in like with Illuvium, it's gonna like you catch these alluvials like you would in like Pokemon or something like that, and then they're already gonna be starting out with 3 titles, and then they're gonna be building more titles over time. So eventually there might be a first-person shooter where you bring these alluvials in and you can use those in that game, and then there might be a kart racing. You bring it over there. So yeah, I totally agree with you. Like somebody might not like this one particular game in the ecosystem, but they might like another, and you really only need one of them to be a hit, or just
Yeah.
all of them collectively to bring in different type of gamers.
Nah, that ain't the way. You just need one good game. You just need one game to hit, and then you're successful. If you don't have that, you have 10 mediocre games, you're going to fail. If you have 19 failures but one winner, you're going to do better than the guy with 10 mediocre games or 100 mediocre games.
Makes sense, Jimbo.
What was the question again? Like the specific question?
So Illuvium, do you think they have the chance to actually lead the Web3 gaming space, or do you think it might be something else?
I mean, of course, they have a chance. I mean, the graphics are pretty much perfect. Gameplay just needs to be better, but the fact that they put so much attention on Arena, which is the auto battler genre, and the auto battler genre is a newer genre, and it's grown pretty drastically in such a short period of time. It's not a very saturated market. It's getting there, to be
Well,
honest.
the token got saturated. And I mean, if you don't want me to push back on it, I won't. I'll stop. But I look at ILV. I got serious questions, or I got a question that maybe you guys can talk me off the ledge and talk me into it. There's been severe token devaluation, severe inflation. If you look at Illuvium, you look at the token price, which a lot of newer entrants is going to do into crypto. They're going to look at the token price. They're going to be like, oh my God, it was above $1,000. It's $100. They're going to do the math, right? They're going to be like, oh, 15x. I put in $15. I'm going to have 15 times 15. My 15 is going to turn into $225. Don't you think that's most newer entrants are going to look at ILV under that lens? Would you agree?
Yeah.
They look at the
And
previous all-time high.
Yeah.
To look
yeah,
at the price
and
today.
I try to educate a little bit more on that because like I made a video about looking at the market cap versus looking at the price. So like for ILV to hit that same market cap, it's only gonna maybe double a little more of a 2x from here.
Less. It's not even doubling. If it hits its previous all-time high market cap, you got a 1.5x.
Yeah.
But people are going to be banking on a 15x.
Yeah.
So
I
just a
don't
little
think
bit of concern there. A little bit of concern. There's a big disparity between market cap and token price.
Yeah, so I think you're looking at it from an investor standpoint. I personally am like more. I obviously I am very heavily invested in Illuvium, but I look at it more from a gamer perspective. I just want to play a fun game and own my own assets. But you're right though. Like people expecting these 15x returns don't know the history of the ILV token. Like I mean, not financial advice. Anything could happen. It's crypto, but I don't expect to see the previous all time high.
I'll
I
give
think
you
you're
the alpha. All
delusional.
right, so that's the bearish take, right? That was the devil. The devil was talking. All right, you guys want the angel. I don't want to like crap all over ILV's ILV channel here. Here's where the alpha is going to be at. And look, I've been in gaming. I've looked at these gaming tokens. I've been around. I've been around. And I tell you, shit's brown. Here's my take of that. Your alpha, your gains, your 15x's are going to be made within the ecosystem. It's going to be made within spotting. Oh, what is the good assets? You know, is it a gun game? Oh, well, this site on this popular AR is, you know, that is where the potential lies. And so I think the potential is going to lie in the NFT aspect, less so than the token aspect.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
completely
Now,
agree
are
with
you
that.
familiar with any of the tokenomics, like how revenue distribution works with ILV?
I say this: the higher the distribution is, the higher the sell pressure, and so I'm bearish on all that. All that. So when people are like, "No, it's good," I'm like, I hear bad, bad, bad. Oh, no, you have a Gala node, and you're, oh, that's bad. That's selling pressure. No, it's good. Oh no, you can stake it on our website. You get 25% APY. That's good. I'm like, no, that's bad. That's 25% tokens hitting walls. It's selling pressure. And so I have a lot of different takes on, reward incentives for gaming ecosystems.
Yeah. And I think it comes down to how good the game is going to be and how many people want to play it. Because, yeah, just like we talked about before, these things are going to come crashing down eventually. But if more people are just playing it for fun, it has a better potential to, stick around long term, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, for sure, for sure. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, there's a lot of competition in this space, and if I were to close my eyes and say there's going to be a big winner 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you have two options. It's a crypto company that did some gaming, or it's a gaming company that's already a behemoth, and they just said, "All right, let that nerd do what he wanted to do with crypto." Seems like it's easier for EA, Tencent, the people behind the Unreal Engine, was that Epic. It's easier for Epic to just have a crypto component and be by and far the largest crypto gaming ecosystem. Without a doubt, really no one can even come close. Rather than like a homegrown thing of devs from different continents that like talk on Discord and they're gonna take down Fortnite. All right, sure, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I think if a game like Fortnite did just adopt a Web3 model and even a token,
Yeah.
like it would just take over
And
instantly.
before people say, well, Fortnite will never do it, they have no incentive. They want to sell you skins and they don't want to have a secondary market. I agree. I agree. It's not going to be the number one player. It's going to be number 3, number 4 in traditional gaming. And they're going to want that number 1, number 2 spot. And so that will be the company that introduces crypto. If it does so well, then number 3, number 2, number 1 will have to basically they'll have to do the same thing. And then that's how you end up with Fortnite involving crypto. It's not like Fortnite would want to do it. They would have to
Yeah,
do it because number 2, number 3, and number 4 are doing it.
yeah, it'll take taking a risk for that 3 or 4 to try to get to that number one, and then yeah,
Well,
everyone's
that
gonna
and
have
then
to follow.
Bitcoin's going to be high, and so sentiment will be high, and then they'll be like, "All right, we could do that Bitcoin thing," because that's what they think. Everybody thinks crypto's Bitcoin, so some freaking boomer gaming executive that's like in charge of like the large capital allocations, who's like, "Oh, like that Bitcoin thing? Oh yeah, isn't Bitcoin like 200K? Oh, we can get some of that crypto money, okay." But during bear market, they're like, "Oh no, I heard it's a scam on my cable news channel."
Yeah, yeah, I hear that. All
Again,
right,
Bitcoin is king.
hey, I don't disagree with that, and I know there are people who watch this channel who are just they don't own Bitcoin. They're just like,
Hey
oh, let's
man,
own.
it's probably not even a top 5 holding for me. And if it is, it's
No,
around 5. No, man, it's Cardano number 1, some other speculative ETH. You know, I got more ETH. I mean,
yeah,
just my board ape is, got that's a little ETH park right there. You know what I mean? Or mutant
yeah,
ape, I should say. But that being said, I'm going to roll more profits into Bitcoin this cycle top or some of my altcoin tops. I've been looking at a lot of the altcoin Bitcoin trading pairs and realizing I basically was playing the game a little bit wrong last cycle.
yeah. No, I'm the same way. I want to take a lot more profits into Bitcoin this time.
Yeah.
But you mentioned Cardano,
Yeah.
so I put up this segment because I wanted to get your take on it. So obviously Web3 gaming channel here. Is there any potential for Web3 gaming to move on over to Cardano, the ADA ecosystem? I know there are some projects already, being built, but there's really no hype around them. So anything you can tell us, any alpha you can give us on
Yeah, there really isn't
Cardano
any
gaming?
hype in Cardano, almost period. I would say Cardano does have a couple really good, strong projects. I would say Copy probably kind of leading the way. COPI. They have a playable game for over a year at this point. It's like a F-Zero style thing. I think they're trying to grow. I'm glad that a lot of projects are getting out of the metaverse. ideas. Like, I don't know if you guys remember 2021, we all thought metaverse was like the smartest thing, right? We're going to have a crypto hangout that you have to have an NFT, and, our crypto hangout will maybe we'll put like a crypto punk on a wall and we'll like hang out in a room and chat. And boy, how stupid were we? How freaking stupid is that idea? It sounds so stupid and old and antiquated now. It's like playing Pong. Kopi, I think, it's just a racing game. I think racing game's going to stay popular. It's Copeland or Cornucopias.
I'm trying to pull it up right now. How did you say you spelled it?
COPI, Cornucopias. You should be able to find it like CoinGecko and CoinMarketCap and stuff. Kopi.
Okay.
But if you want to find Cardano assets, the number one way to find Cardano assets, taptools.io, and it has all the Cardano native tokens, all the Cardano native assets.
Okay.
So yeah, Kopi's pretty good. You can check that one out, and there's NFT plays there, just like all the other ecosystems.
Yeah. No, I'll check it out because I haven't really seen any racing games. You said it's like a racing kart game.
Yeah. And you know what? I played racing games maybe like Q1 22, where hey man, you have to have this NFT, then like you could do like a little racing game, and it seemed fun. And you're racing to like win the tokens. Again, it's like a lot of this reward infrastructure, a lot of these rewards, incentives to like play our game, just equals selling pressure. And no one wants to play a game where you put $100 into the ecosystem, and then 4 days later, your $100 is worth 60. You don't want to play that game anymore. So until they solve, that type of, reward structure, I don't know. It's just going to be tough. You really have to have it where it's like people lose more money. So like imagine Fortnite, everybody puts up one V-buck, but the winners are only paid out 50 V-bucks. And then you actually have that being a net negative for token supply, which is a net positive for token price. But like, so you pay nothing, and then I get paid. I'm not paying to like play, and I'm just like getting $5 for winning. That's just sell pressure, y'all.
Yeah, but I think you get into the issue of like gambling like issues, right? When you start doing that, if you're putting a token in,
this is Wild West. Suck it up, man. If you're scared of that, get out, because your competitor won't be scared, and they'll beat you.
That's a good point there.
But
so
register
back in
Dubai like all the other people.
Yeah. Back in 2021, when this was all going off, I was more, I wouldn't say involved in Cardano, but I was looking more into it. So I bought into one project called was it the Boss Cat Rocket Club? Do you know anything about that?
That like kicked off. Oh, dude, I got in at like 200. Got out on one of them for like a couple thousand ADA. Rode two of them all the way down. So yeah, that was like my first ADA NFT win.
Yeah, I bought two of them. I didn't take any profits on it, like because I didn't know what I was doing at that time. But I was just looking at their website. It looks like they're still building. It's not like they didn't just fall apart. So
it's a controversial project within the Cardano ecosystem. So I think there's going to be a lot of naysayers on the sideline. So even if they do positive things, you're going to have people just paint them in a negative light. So that's just going to be a little bit of a speed bump.
Yeah, I think it started from somebody who owned a Bored Ape, right? And then
that was every single project during like a 6-month period. The guy's smart who's founding it. He has a Bored Ape. We own one part of a Bored Ape. Me and 9,999 a-holes, Come on.
Yeah.
We all thought it was good back in the day, man. We were all pretty stupid as far as NFTs and gaming go a couple years ago.
Yeah. Well, there's going to be a lot more stupid people entering this bull market, right?
Yeah, we're still like 6 months away. I still say top is going to be Q3 2025. So we still got like a year and a half of mania. So retail's not even here yet.
No. I post like very little on my personal social stuff, but like I post something about Bitcoin hitting a new all-time high yesterday. Nobody even cared.
Crickets.
Yeah.
No, they think that thing's dead, right? It was money launderers, right? Oh, terrorism. Shut up. They don't know what they're talking about.
It's mind-blowing when you step outside like into the real world how little people even care right now.
Oh man, crypto's a bubble, right? Then you have like the Bitcoin, and then like within that bubble you have altcoin bubbles, and then within that bubble you have gaming, and so like we're in a bubble within a bubble within a bubble, and so it's like 500 people like clapping each other on the back saying we're all so smart. Meanwhile, there's like 7 billion people who think we're fucking maniacs. Again, excuse my language, sorry.
Yeah. Jimbo, anything you want to say before we move on this?
No, I've not really looked into Cardano gaming. From the little bit I've looked into it, Again, like you'll probably make money investing into some of these games, but nothing like stood out to me that looked that interesting gameplay wise. It'll be interesting to see how Cardano develops though, because of the transaction speed and the cost
Well,
compared to like
I'll make
ETH.
a bold prediction. The top 3 gaming tokens by market cap aren't going to have a fun game. So
I would
I'm not
agree.
using fun game as like my determination on whether or not I buy.
I actually agree with that. Again, the crypto space doesn't make sense, and you have to go off of sentiment sometimes, really, just
Yeah.
to figure out which coin is going to be that next 100x. But quality didn't find anything, but like like gambling games don't really need the quality like that. So I don't know if there's gambling games on ADA. I'm sure there is. I'm sure those are probably fun.
I think that, dude, I remember there was some people doing horse racing a year and a half
Yeah,
ago. They're
dude.
probably still doing it. So equines, I think. Hey,
That
so
probably
yeah.
went all the way through the bear market, I'm sure.
Yeah, they're probably still racing horses. You know, they're probably like still trying to breed the super horse, spinning the tokens, you know,
True.
losing their ADA.
Yeah, but like you said, the Axie Infinity was the one that just popped off last bull market, and
Was not
I
fun.
played it. It really wasn't fun. It
Sucked.
wasn't at all.
Yeah.
Sucked. Let's just
Um,
say that would flop on Steam.
Yeah. But it had the mobile version. I like to talk about mobile gaming. I think that has the potential to really make something run because you have, like you said, what, 8 billion people in this world. A majority of those people don't have a PC that's or a gaming computer that can play these games, but a lot of them have a mobile device where they could play a game like Axie Infinity.
Yeah, but mobile games is competing with another paradigm, which is the dopamine being produced from the apps. And so before pre-TikTok, people probably played more games on their phone versus post TikTok. Why? I'm only on my phone X hours a day, whatever, and so TikTok's just gonna, take a lot of that time now. Think how many people played Bejeweled. Why? Because the apps on the phone sucked. Remember the first apps? I'm drinking a beer. They sucked, okay? And so now that there's good apps, gaming is less, a lower and lower percentage of a screen time. And so,
Yeah.
like, mobile gaming isn't going to be this big winner that everyone thinks.
No, honestly, I've never even really thought about it that way, but it makes a ton of sense. Like, yeah, you go on your phone for entertainment for that dopamine hit, and you can get that from other things right now, like TikTok and Instagram and all those.
Yeah, exactly. That was not the case. Remember, Alec Baldwin got kicked off a plane for not stopping playing a game. That won't happen today. I gotta keep playing my game. No, you know what they're doing? I gotta keep scrolling TikTok. So it's been replaced by the Chinese spy app.
Yeah, I totally get it. All right,
I don't know if
let's
that's
move
too
on to
controversial. I didn't mean to, like, I don't know, 10 cent a sponsor or sorry, ByteDance. I don't know. I'm sorry.
No, we don't have any sponsors. See at the bottom here, I say place your ad here. It's because I'm waiting for someone to say, hey, look, he's got a podcast. Let's.
Someone step
If China
up, man.
wants to, we'll like promote them on our channel. It's
All
fine.
right, we got a John Cena over here.
Yeah, I got to start with anybody. So anybody who wants it. But so this last topic, I think this is gonna be a little more fun one. These meme coins. The past week they've just blown up. I actually have I have them pulled up here. So look at some of these 7-day increases. Dogecoin 60%, Shiba Inu 211%, Pepe, the only one I hold, but I'm glad I bought this like a year ago because it just like literally 5 or 6x in the past week for me. But these coins are going crazy right now, and I still don't know how to play them. I know a lot of people last bull market made a ton of money on Doge. I missed that bandwagon, so I wanted to get into something like Pepe. But do you participate in this meme?
Yeah, all the
coin
time.
system?
I took a lot of profit this morning on a meme coin, on an accidental meme coin. I'll share this story real quick. There's a guy named Sistine Research, Ox Forest. He gave out Trump, the MAGA meme coin, which is what, $10 plus. He tweeted out at 4 cents. 4 freaking cents. So $10, that's a 250x. It was above $10, right? So do the math there. He tweeted out another meme coin, right? BCAT, BCAT. I YOLO'd in because I had a thesis. He has a whole lot of followers that just did a 100x, 200x. Maybe they got in late. They still got a 20x. So all his followers have dry powder on the sidelines ready to deploy. I didn't do a lot of research. I just looked up BCAT. I saw Banana Cat. I bought it. 3 days later, I realized I bought the wrong BCAT. He was talking about BeamCat. I go and check the prices. My Banana Cat did a 5x. I don't remember what I put in. It was like 0.25 or 0.3 ETH, 0.33 ETH. It was a quarter to a third ETH. End up being worth more than an ETH. That's, so it did pretty well. I sold 20%. And so I do have a strategy. You get in, it's wildly up. Sell 10, 20%. Shut up and, all-time high. It's going to be this, or Bitcoins. I know, the fucking Discord's still growing. Shut up and sell 10%. Shut up and sell 10%. Shut the F up and sell 10%. That's all you got to do, and you'll make money.
Yeah, that's what I did with Pepe. I sold my initial investment, so now my Pepe bag is just a
I don't
moon
like
bag.
that. I don't like that strategy, because sometimes it does a 5x, sometimes it does a 2x, and then you sell half.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I'm personally not a fan of taking out initial investments. I'm more of a 10 or 20% guy.
Yeah. Well, at this point, it was around 20% because I waited till it was about
Okay,
a
that's
5x
good. That's
before I took it out. But yeah, I wasn't going to be happy with just a 2x. On a meme coin like that, I wanted to see something bigger. So
Yeah,
I got
sold
about
Bonk,
that 5x.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got the 5x, took the 20% off, and now I'm going to just see what it does from
Yeah, I
this
sold
point.
Bonk a little early. You know what? I kept it in Solana. Solana still did insane. So you know what? Like, as long as you don't like just tether up a lot of the times, you still end up doing pretty good.
Yeah. Jimbo, you got any meme coins you're playing around with?
Yeah, just Bonk and Pepe. I'm not really huge into meme coins, and if you're a new investor, I really wouldn't suggest it. I would stick to like just learning about blockchain and figuring out which one you like the most. Use proper risk management. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about meme coins. Be careful and don't get wrecked. But if you do invest into meme coins, be okay with losing all of your money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put everything up, like assuming it's going to go to zero. I will say this:
Exactly.
it's better to have a shotgun approach. Where you guys familiar with nonlinear upside, like that term or whatever?
No,
So
go ahead.
I'll educate your chat here, educate your audience. So there's a term, nonlinear upside. So I'm gonna ask you a question. I put $100 in a meme coin. What can I lose?
$100.
So that's 1x, right? I can only lose 1x. If I put $100 in a meme coin, can I lose 2x?
No.
No, I can't, right? You can't. But there's
Unless you're leveraged.
non-linear upside. You can make a 2x, 10x, 15x on the upside. So you can only lose 1x, but you have a potential for a 10x. So your best strategy is to put money into 10 different projects. And that way, say 2 of them go even, 7 of them go to 0, and 1 of them does a 10x. Well, you just gain 20%, right? So it's better to have less is more. So put less capital into more coins.
Yeah, makes a ton of sense. That's what I think with all of my crypto. Like during the bear market when, I always kept a positive mindset, but you always think like, oh, it could go lower, could go lower. And I just think if I put $1,000 here, I can only lose $1,000. But if I just keep holding it, I could make a ton more. So yeah, you definitely have to have that kind of mindset.
Yeah. Just be careful, man. Just make sure you sell. Because a lot of times what happens is, that's you think it's, I'm going to ride to Valhalla. This 40% correction is nothing. And then it's a 60, then it's a 80, and then it bleeds to 0.
That was my mistake last bull run, but I know better this time. I'm going to do it. I guess you didn't prepare me enough because I was watching a lot of your stuff last bull run.
I tweeted the bottom. I literally called the bottom. Maybe I'm off by like a day. Yeah, I was off $700. I tweeted 16.2. I said, folks, this looks like the bottom. It went to 15.5.
Yeah. No, I was buying all the time.
I wasn't deploying crazy dry powder because I was so freaking scared too. You know what I mean? Like a little bit of DCAing, but I should have been eating ramen and like putting everything I had in there.
Yeah, I was doing the same. Like I caught a little bit of Bitcoin around that 16K, and I'm very happy for it. And I was a little scared when I did it, but so far so good.
Yeah, we'll see. But there is a meme coin on Cardano, kind of tied to the ADA gaming thing. A SNEK, SNEK. A lot of people tweeting about that one. I think it's still a pretty low market cap. They have an energy drink and stuff. I think I have some like around here somewhere. But yeah, I mean they're like actually maybe doing something. So if you like Cardano, check out SNEK.
SNEK. All right, I'll check that out. Yeah.
Good community.
All right, so that pretty much concludes this episode. Deezy, thank you so much for coming on. You definitely brought some energy, a lot of insight here.
Folks, let me apologize. I'm sorry to your audience. I haven't had lunch yet, so if I came off a little edgy, man, I just I get hangry, y'all.
I can't wait to read the comments on this video. It's gonna be so fucking funny.
It'll be good. But yeah, thanks for coming on. I'm sure a lot of my audience already knows who you are, But where can they find you if they don't?
Yeah, we're at Discover Crypto, so just type that into YouTube. We've been, we had a little bit of a rebrand. That's a whole nother conversation there. But you can find my stuff at Deezy, BTC, Deezy_BTC.
All right, and I'll leave links down below to your X in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, mostly on the X account. Shout out to Elon, keeping free speech alive.
100%. All right, Jimbo, thanks for coming as well. Any final words?
Nope. Love you guys. See you.
All right. See you later. Thanks again.